All right, hi, I'm Ashleigh Beckwith, and my topic is discrimination against people who have disabilities. Throughout this semester, we have discussed the topic of discrimination against race and sex, but the topic of discrimination against those with disabilities is not often discussed within schools or anywhere, but it's very prevalent. In many areas, the children are killed off because of their disability because the parents don't want to deal with the struggle or they think that the person is less than human. And but there are other areas that are now becoming more aware of people that are disabled are able to be a part of the society. And in South Africa, they actually made a provision to their constitution under Section 9, which basically states that the state nor persons may not unfairly discriminate against people based on race, sex, and disability. And it was awesome that they included disability because other countries don't always keep that as part of their discrimination. And it's important to note the discrimination because, especially in South Africa, because 24% of South Africans' population has some form of disability. And I did the math out, and that's 12 million people in South Africa. But the problem is that the only ones that will be able to be helped see an occupational therapist, see any form of rehabilitation, are those that have the money. But 57% of South Africa's population is living in poverty or doesn't have health insurance to take care of it. So if you think about the Dear Mandela video that we watched in this class and the poor conditions of the housing and the roads and everything, imagine having a disability. Like if you were in a wheelchair, you cannot easily get around. And I actually found a picture of a wheelchair that was like man-made because they can't afford an official wheelchair. It was just a plastic chair with wheels attached and not very safe. And so there needs to be adjustments within societies that are living in poverty. And I found a study that's called People Informing Policy, Power and Progress, which basically they went to 17 underrepresented areas and first asked the residents if they knew about their rights and services available to them, and no one knew. So then they knew this is a problem, we need to fix this. So then they set up workshops to help educate, and it included those with disabilities plus people who don't have disabilities to bring the community together and make help the disabled be able to be more part of the community. And so they came up with this theory of community-based rehabilitation, and it just basically promotes integration. And with this integration will come less discrimination, because with discrimination, people often isolate who they're discriminating against. And so if they're part of their everyday life, they will learn that people with disabilities are able to, they're human. They're able to do everything that we're able to do. And so we need to learn that, and that will lessen the discrimination. Okay, thank you.
So how does this, why did you pick this topic? How does it connect? And where did you what kind of discrimination did you find was happening predominantly in South Africa? And was it different than the type of discrimination that was happening in the U.S.?
Well, for the U.S., I found that there's more, like there are laws in place in South Africa against this discrimination. There's programs set up, but in America, there's more strict laws. And in areas like of the underrepresentation, the governmental laws aren't really fully enforced, and often people don't know about their rights, and so it's like harder to lessen discriminate or like have people be a part of society, because they just look at disabled as sitting there, not doing anything, not working, but they can work.
And why did you find this topic interesting?
Well, when I graduate and I'm finished, I really hope to work with disabled I was part of a program, like over the summer when I'm back home. I work at a vocational rehabilitation center, and we just work with helping people with actual mental illnesses get into the workforce, be able to work on their own and live on their own and be more self-sufficient. And I feel like if more places were like that, then discrimination will lessen, like helping everyone. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Thank you.
Thanks.